In a recent video, we created a posts table through our PHP.MyAdmin interface. But in actuality, you'll rarely do this. So let's go ahead and drop this table. And we're going to use migrations to create our database table directly through Laravel. We're going to run PHP Artisan to get a list of our commands. Again, we're going to go to the make section. And specifically, we want to find the make migration. Create a new migration file. We're going to use that command and create a new post table. Create posts table. Once we run that command, we can go to our database, migrations, and you'll see a list of default migrations, but also this new migrations that we just created. Migrations allow us to define the structure of our database table. You'll notice there are two methods. There's up and there's down. Whenever we're upping our migration, this is when we create the database table. What's cool about migrations is that they get added into version control. So the structure of your database table is now easily implementable between team members who are working on the same application. More than that, they allow us to version our database. So notice this timestamp right here. Well, let's say right now when we initially create our table, we just add a string and we say title. And then we add a text column and then we call that the content. When we initially create our posts table, there's only these two columns. But if we wanted to add a new migration that instead of create posts table, it actually updates our post table, we can do that. And if we ever need to go back to the point where we initially created our post table, then we can just check the timestamp, say, hey, at this date, the database structure was this. More than that, you'll see that it comes with an ID by default. That's just table ID. And then timestamps. These timestamps actually add the created at and updated at columns. The ID is an unsigned integer, meaning it is always positive, no negative numbers. And every time you create a post, it will just add post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4. And it is always unique. IDs on a post, for example, but on any resource, will always be unique. That way, back in our controller, when we did the post find 1, well, it's going to get us the post with an ID of 1. So posts are always unique. Now let's focus on this up and down method. Let's open up our terminal and let's simply go to the base of our application and run PHP Artisan migrate --help. You're going to see it's going to give you all of these options. But we don't need to use any options. If we just run PHP Artisan migrate, it's going to automatically migrate each of our tables. And notice our posts table was migrated. What's this mean? Well, let's go back to our PHP.MyAdmin and let's reload our page. We now have all of our tables migrated over. And our posts table has an ID, a title, content, and then the created at and updated at timestamp columns. What's cool about migrations, though, is they have an up method, but they also have a down method. We can migrate or roll back. So let's try this. PHP Artisan migrate and then roll back. and it's saying rolling back each of our migrations. When we migrate, it goes through each of our migrations and runs the logic in the up method. When we roll back, it goes through each of our migrations and runs the down method functionality. So we just dropped our posts table. We can prove that by going back here and reloading. And as you can see, we have no more tables. So let's go and let's re-migrate our tables over. Just running PHP Artisan migrate. Reload our PHP myadmin one more time. And voila, we have properly migrated our posts table over to our actual database. Simple